Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB, and today we have with us Mr. Sai Gireesh, who has cleared RBI Grade B Officer exam in 2023. So many congratulations, Sai. How are you?
Thank you,
How are
ma'am.
you feeling?
Ma'am, I feel very happy, and right now I'm in a very high, ma'am. Like I'm very happy with the RBI success, ma'am.
Great. It is a very big achievement, and for Sai, it was the second attempt, and he had reached the interview stage in his first attempt also, and had lost by a few marks, a little margin. And this year, he made sure that his preparation was on track to make it to the final list. So let me give a small brief about Sai. Sai is a chartered accountant, and he's worked for a year with one of the audit firms, and then left to fully prepare for his dream of working in the government space. He's prepared for UPSC and for RBI exam. This is his second attempt. So, Sai, what
Yes,
made
ma'am.
you come to RBI exam?
Ma'am, while preparing for UPSC, I came to know about the RBI exams and the Institute of RBI, ma'am. Like it is one of the prestigious organization which has impacted the economy and millions of lives of the India, ma'am. So this made me motivate to prepare for RBI also, ma'am, while preparing for UPSC. And also it is one of the dream job for many aspirants, UPSC aspirants also. So by that I came to know about this RBI job, ma'am. And last year I given a try, ma'am, but by very narrow margin I missed the RBI, ma'am, last year. But this year with the extra efforts and with the right track on right preparation, I achieved this RBI this year.
Okay. So, Sai, as we know that, RBI happens in three stages, phase one exam, phase two exam, and then there is the interview stage. So, how had you approached each of these phases? What were you doing for phase one preparation, if I ask you specifically?
Ma'am, in phase one, there are mainly four sections, ma'am. General awareness. For general awareness, I refer to iExam current affairs material, ma'am. Last past 6 months, I thoroughly prepared for general awareness, ma'am. Coming to quantum raising, ma'am, I know that quantum raising only 20 or 15% cutoff is enough to clear for phase one,
Mhm.
ma'am. So in the exam hall, I make sure that whatever the questions I can attempt. So first of all, I secure those questions and
Okay.
make sure that I can give a correct attempt of those questions, ma'am. So my goal is to make sure that only if I put some 20 or 25% of the questions, I can clear the phase one. And coming to English, ma'am, English is not that easy, not that hard also, ma'am. So English we can easily cross the cutoff, ma'am. English also I didn't put any extra efforts, ma'am. With the efforts which I put in UPSC, that efforts has been useful in this RBI exam also, ma'am. But for general awareness and raising, people like aspirants should be aware that only 15 or 20% cutoff is enough, and make sure that if you put some 25% of the questions correct, then we can clear the RBI phase one. With that mindset only, I entered the exam hall and I do the same plan.
Okay, so very focused you were, because you
Yes,
rather
ma'am.
spend time on strengthening your GA, which has a higher weightage, and quant and reasoning RBI has a good level, difficult level. Also, many students
Yes, ma'am.
say it is difficult level, but I think you were clear that I have to clear the cutoff, so I will focus on what
Yes,
I
yes,
can.
ma'am.
So, how
Yeah,
much were
this
you
is I learned from
practicing?
my These I learned from past to previous attempt, ma'am. Because
Okay.
previous attempt, I didn't know about this RBI
Mhm,
difficult and toughness. I thought that I should clear it. I need to score at least 50% in GE and Quant, ma'am.
mhm.
But after seeing the cutoff and all, I came to know that okay, 20-25% cutoff is if I able to clear 25% of the questions, I can clear the phase one. With that mindset only, this year I appeared.
So that's a very good point, Sai, that you are highlighting over here,
Yes, ma'am.
because knowing the exam is so important to get the right
Correct,
strategy,
ma'am.
right? So you got to know that only after the first, but if in the very beginning, if we know the entire exam, what the cutoff
Correct, ma'am.
trends are, what are the type of questions that are coming, so looking at the past year cutoffs and the previous year questions can be
Yes, ma'am.
very, very useful. So that's a very good
Yes, ma'am.
point, Sai, that you have highlighted, and I think it's a very good advice for future aspirants that once you
Yes, ma'am.
jump in, please know the exam very, very well. It is very, very
Yes,
important,
ma'am.
right? So, and how much were you practicing? Like when you decided, your aim is 20-25% in quant and
Correct,
reasoning.
ma'am.
So did you choose certain topics that you were practicing regularly, or was it the entire all types of topics you were practicing in quant and reasoning?
Ma'am, I didn't take any chance in phase one, ma'am. So I thoroughly practice all the topics. Daily, I keep some 2 hours for quant, 2 hours for reasoning. For
Okay.
phase one, I thoroughly practice for quant and reasoning all the topics, ma'am. Because we cannot predict what type of topics they may choose this year. Next year, they might go for another topic. So we cannot take the risk in that, ma'am. So I covered all the topics. And but in exam hall, whatever the topics we have more strength that
Yeah.
we can take it and we can solve the things, ma'am.
Okay. So you chose the questions that you were sure about the accuracy, and then you
Yes,
went
ma'am.
ahead and did those. So
Yeah,
that's
because
very
we
good.
have limited time also in
Yes.
exam, ma'am.
And GA, like you mentioned, that you looked at Dpedia, iExam's current affairs
Yes,
magazine,
ma'am.
and thoroughly went through it. So were you
Yes,
following
ma'am.
it on a regular daily basis, or you did it once the notification was out?
From last year, from last year November onwards, October onwards, when the result came for last year in the month of October, ma'am, I failed in that attempt, ma'am. But I decided that time itself, ma'am. Next year when the notification come, I should prepare for the RBI Grade B. So from that time itself, I'm regularly following the Telegram channel where I exam is posting daily current affairs and YouTube channel also, ma'am, in order to make my preparation from the very beginning onwards, ma'am, in order to be more focused on daily following the current affairs, ma'am. So I following from last November onwards, ma'am, for this year notification.
Great. So you did not wait for the notification. You started
Cor-
right away that, I have to concentrate
Yes,
and
ma'am.
focus and build.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
very good. That's again an important point because consistency and regularity helps,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Great. So once you cleared phase one, did you start for phase two or had you started for phase two preparation before phase one only?
Yeah, once after coming out from examination, ma'am, I'm very sure that I will clear phase one, ma'am, because I told you, ma'am, this year also cutoff will be around 15 to 20%.
Mhm.
But I scored little. I'm very confident about my accuracy, and so I started preparing for phase two, ma'am. So whatever the mistakes I have done in the last attempt, I make sure that this year I should not do that one, and I should be very focused in all the areas, and I should prepare thoroughly all the topics, and I start writing answer writings, ma'am. So first, I think 25 days gap are there from prelims to mains,
Yes.
ma'am. First 15 days, I devote my whole time to revise the topics, and last 10 days I given time to revise all the topics which I have prepared, ma'am. So in that way I schedule my plan, ma'am. So first 15 days is to revise all the topics and do all the syllabus and all. Last 10 days I devote only to revise the second time, ma'am. In that way
Okay.
I schedule my 25 days, ma'am.
Okay, so the entire focus was on revision
Yes, ma'am.
and two times at least, right? So one
Yes, ma'am.
15 days the first, and then the next 10 days the
Yes,
second.
yes, ma'am.
So if you're focusing on revision, when did you actually start reading, and in what order? ESI, finance, management. In what order were you studying these topics?
Ma'am, for phase two, ma'am, I schedule my day. I break them. I break the day into four parts, ma'am. So for morning slot, I put for ESI. Afternoon slot, I put for social issues, and then the evening slot, I put for management. And late night slot, I will put for finance and all. This way, I have scheduled for the day. I have scheduled for my whole 25 days, ma'am. So I will make sure that all the day schedule has been completed by end of the day, and I also make sure that all the schedule which I have plotted on will be completed by end of the week. Like that, I have strictly followed the schedule, ma'am, because very less time is there between phase one and phase two, ma'am. We cannot risk those 25 days in order to clear the RBI exam, ma'am.
Mhm. And
So
how
strict
much of
scheduling and implementation is the key thing which I believe to clear the phase two, ma'am.
okay, so you were doing all the four aspects daily, right? So and
Yes,
how
ma'am.
much
Correct.
writing practice did you do? Sai?
Ma'am, weekly, Sunday whole time I will devote to answer writing only, ma'am. So
Mhm.
I take some topics and I make sure that 600 words I able to type in 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever the time we will be having in RBI exam hall. I make sure that so at least some five to six questions I take for answer writing and I will do for answer writing. Every Saturday, Sunday I used to do like that,
Every
ma'am.
Sunday you were doing that.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so first you revise till Monday to
Yes,
Saturday,
ma'am.
and then Sunday you spend in practice
Yeah, and
answer
one more
writing.
thing I want to bring it here, ma'am, because I'm UPSC aspirant and I've been in UPSC for past 5 years. So answer writing, I have been preparing for my UPSC
Right.
mains also, ma'am.
Mhm.
So my answer writing is not that difficult to me, ma'am. But those who are like first time aspirants or first time those who are writing for them, answer writing will be difficult, ma'am. They should devote more time to for the answer writing along with the preparation also, ma'am.
On the
But my
preparation.
case is a different, ma'am. I already told you, no, ma'am. 5 years I
Yeah.
have been in UPSC preparation. So
Mhm.
answer writing is not that difficult compared to first time aspirants, ma'am.
Yes.
I
So
want to bring that.
which yeah, that's very important. Which tells that once you start your preparation after at regular gaps, maybe every Sunday, one should keep
Yes,
practicing
ma'am.
writing and typing
Yes,
to
ma'am.
improve their speed also and their style also.
Yes, ma'am. Answer writing is as equal important as reading, ma'am.
Yes, yes, true, true, very right. So,
Correct, ma'am.
so in that your case, answer writing was easier for you, but was it any difficult for you to prepare for the objective part?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, objective type, it is very different from UPSC kind of asking
Yeah.
questions for objective, ma'am.
Yes.
Last year, I thought that the objective type will be similar to UPSC, ma'am. But once I saw the questions in the last year, I thought that the objective is very different from UPSC way of asking, ma'am. Here in UPSC, they are asking very RBI here in RBI, they are asking very minutely point also, ma'am. They will
Mhm.
take the scheme, they will point down all the details in options, and they are asking us to choose, ma'am. So it is very difficult, ma'am. So what I done for this year objective is I take all the schemes, government schemes in past 1 2 years. I prepare very thoroughly, ma'am,
Mhm.
because we should not take the risk here. I felt, ma'am. So the objective type here, students or aspirants should be very. They should read all the government schemes, all the schemes relating to RBI, whatever the finance is. They should take. They should read very deeply in order to put the answer correct, ma'am. So
Okay.
this mistake I have rectified in the current attempt, ma'am. Last attempt I thought that it will be similar to UPSC, so I taken a chance, ma'am. But this attempt I rectified this one, ma'am.
Okay. So that's important. That's why I asked you, because
Yes, ma'am.
many times, one thing may help, but the other may be a little strategically different. So it is important
Yes,
to
ma'am.
again, I'm highlighting the fact it is very important to understand the exam. So new aspirants at least can, save one of their attempts by first understanding
Yes,
and not
ma'am.
make these small mistakes, which can be
Yes, ma'am.
avoided, which can be avoided.
Yeah, in one word, I can tell, ma'am. Last year I missed the RBI just because not understanding the exam only, ma'am. If I understand the exam itself, last year I might have cleared the exam. So it is advice for the students or aspirants first to understand the exam, then read accordingly, or then prepare accordingly, or devise your strategies accordingly.
Yes, yes, very, very true, Sai. That is one we have
Yes,
to
ma'am.
first understand, then understand our own strengths and weakness, and then
Yes,
accordingly prepare and
devise our
make something,
strategy.
devise our strategy accordingly. Very true,
Yes,
Sai.
ma'am.
Sai, if we talk about the phase three, the last stage, the interview stage,
Yes, ma'am.
what did you do? How did you approach the interview preparation?
Ma'am, first of all, after my results came, I make sure that I need to revise the technical concepts again in order to make it very strong in the minds of the RBI entry panel. So I revised all my technical concepts again, ma'am. And after that, I joined this exam B course for interview preparation, ma'am. In that, they conduct the interview and they given some points which I should focus on. My weakness they have pointed out which I should again focus on in order to improve the things, ma'am. So personal questions they have devised. Exam B mentors has been devised some personal questions and asked me to like what I can tell, asked me to frame an answer in order to give good impression among the panel. That way, exam has also helped me in cracking the interview, ma'am. So both technical and personal questions we should prepare, ma'am, in order to clear the interview. What I can say. So in that way, I also prepared the same. Technical questions I have prepared well, and personal questions also I have prepared well.
Okay, so let me ask you a few things, Sai, here. A lot of aspirants sometimes, are very hesitant at the interview stage about, if there are gap years. Say, for example, you've
Yes,
also
ma'am.
had some gap years. You've been preparing for UPSC. So these kind of
Yes,
questions
ma'am.
also come. Why you are coming to RBI when you are preparing for UPSC, or, why are there so many gap years and all. So these
Correct,
are
ma'am.
some uncomfortable questions, and many aspirants are actually very scared of these. So were you asked these questions in your actual interview?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, the same question has been asked last year and this year also, ma'am.
Okay.
Last year, even after my final results came, I thought that just because of gap year, they didn't select me. I felt the same thing, ma'am. But this year also, like I honestly mentioned, sir, I have this 4 years of UPSC gap, and I still 2 attempts I left, sir. But this year they selected me, ma'am. So it is not because of gap years, or it is just because of still UPSC attempts are there. They can feel that they will not select you. It is not that thing, ma'am. If we are honest and if we are make sure, if we like if we explain them that RBI I can sustain in RBI, or I'm very well satisfied with the RBI, I can work very hard in RBI, they can definitely select you, ma'am. It is not that gap years are there or still UPSC attempts are there, they will not select you. It is not like that, ma'am.
It is that.
Because I am the person who are the live example, man. Last year I appeared and didn't selected. This year I appeared with the same facts and all. This year I selected, man.
Yes, yes. So that is true. So it is good to hear it from your mouth, because we also advise the students the same thing. It is not about gap years or what you've done or not, but it is how you approach the question, because your
Correct,
personality
ma'am.
is being seen. That how comfortable you are, how do you, is there clarity in your own thinking and presenting your
Correct,
own
ma'am.
facts and all. So these things are
Correct, ma'am.
personality traits are being checked rather than the fact what kind of
Correct,
background
ma'am.
you have. So that's
Yes,
true.
ma'am.
Sai, you're also a CA, and it's been a while you completed your CA degree. So,
Correct, ma'am.
were the technical questions related to the subject matter of RBI, or was it from CA also?
Ma'am, mix, ma'am. Some questions they ask relating to CA, like balance sheet of banks and all health. How can you check the health status of the banks and all? So these questions relating to CA and how, like, what is the difference between concurrent audit and statutory audit? What is long form audit report? These questions are technically related to CA. And they also ask the questions relating to RBI, like RBI finance, like what is inverse yield curve ratio, and what does it signify? What is the difference between US inflation and Indian inflation? Why the target is different for both economies? So
Okay.
these were technical questions also asked.
Okay. So all kinds of questions. So from your background also, and from what is happening
Yes,
around in the financial world, that also.
yes,
So good mix. Good. So basically, I think a holistic preparation, that's why is always important, and it will
yes,
always
yes.
revolve around your profile, whether
Correct, miss.
educational or work or personal, or any of these aspects, and of course about the organization's areas of interest.
Yes,
So great, Sai. So
yeah, thank
Sai,
you.
how does it feel now to become an RBI Grade B officer in your very second attempt,
Yeah,
and a journey that you started late, but you understood it well, learned from your
yes,
mistakes.
ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
how do you feel today?
No, I'm very eager to join the organization and do my contribution, and I want to learn many other things from the organization. So now I'm very eager to join the organization and pursue my career there. And side by side, I will also prepare for UPSC, and I will do my best now.
Okay. Sai, if I may ask you, you have been, like you mentioned, you've been preparing for so long for UPSC, and you had a lot of your own learnings from that preparation that helped you here. So, what really is the importance, according to you, if at all, of having any kind of guide or mentor for preparation of these exams?
Yeah, ma'am, definitely. See, one should have a mentor or one should have correct guidance in order to clear the exam, ma'am. Because, like aspirants, they are coming from diverse background and they will be having different idea about the exam, ma'am. That idea may be correct or may not be correct for them, ma'am. So, if any mentor or any some proper guidance will be there, they will be in a correct approach to appear for the exam, ma'am. See, in my case, ma'am, last time I didn't have any guidance or anyone to suggest me, ma'am. With that mindset, I appeared for the exam but didn't clear finally, ma'am. But this year, I know about the exam. I have proper guidance and proper mentor, and this year I cleared the exam. So this like proper mentorship is needed and proper guidance is also needed in order to clear the exam and in order to get the good ranks. So that's what I can say.
So the marks are not out yet. We hope
Yes, ma'am.
you get a good rank, good marks,
Yeah.
and your efforts show also in this in the numbers. Of course, you are selected, but you get a good
Yes.
rank also. Before we close, any advice you would like to give to the future aspirants in terms of what they should do and what they should not do?
Yeah, ma'am. The one thing what I want to tell is first understand the exam, first see what is the syllabus, what are the strengths and what are your weakness, and follow accordingly. Like without understanding the exam, without understanding what is the syllabus, if you put our effort, those efforts will go in vain. So first understand the exam, first understand your strengths and weakness, and accordingly devise your strategy. Have a shift schedule, daily schedule, weekly schedule, and monthly schedule. Make sure you are in the. Make sure if you also implement the schedule, then it will definitely give us success. So hard work. If you have hard work, definitely luck will comes with you.
Great. Thank you for those words, Sai. I am sure
Yes.
your strategy, your points that you mentioned, the mistakes that you made last year, and how you learned and how you rectified, and how you went about your preparation in a very, very planned manner. Uh, it's going to be useful to a lot of aspirants. So
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you for taking out time and
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank
sharing
you.
this all with us. Wishing you all the best and a great career with RBI. Uh,
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
thank
very
you
much,
so
ma'am.
much.